Om Shri Sai Ram. My loving salutations and pranams at the divine lotus feet of our most beloved Bhagavan, Bhagavan Shri Sathya Sai Baba. Dear sisters and brothers, it's my absolute pleasure to be with you this evening and to help you, to serve you as your host and the moderator for this satsang. And so lovely to see so many of our Sai family online from across the zone, and I'm sure across the world as well. This is the rejuvenation of the monthly webinars that we will be having. And so the next one I will tell you about at the end of this evening's satsang. As the Brother Don mentioned, it's hosted by the Zone 3, but it's obviously we are having people from the Sai family from all over the world. Today's satsang is by Brother Arvind Balasubramaniam. And for most of us, I'm sure he is no stranger. Having said that, it is my absolute pleasure to introduce him. Brother Arvind hails from the city of Bangalore, having completed his bachelor's and master's honors degrees in chemistry from the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning. He received the gold medal for academic excellence. He went on to pursue his MBA with a desire to serve his spiritual master, who is also our spiritual master, Bhagavan Shri Sathya Sai Baba. Currently, he is the marketing manager for Aranyani, the only Indian luxury bag brand inspired and instructed by Bhagavan to take Bharat to the world. Up until February 2021, he served as a content creator at Radio Sai Global Harmony, which was the media division of the Sri Sathya Sai Central Trust. His work spans from ideation to multimedia production and dissemination of spiritual content based on the life and teachings of Bhagavan Baba. And I'm sure it's in that connection that most of us have come into contact with Brother Arvind and his superb work. For the past 13 years, he has produced video documentaries and hosted radio shows with hundreds of thousands of followers worldwide. And just on a personal note, only today I was listening to one of the afternoon satsangs that he did when he was at Radio Sai. He's a regular speaker at Prashanthi Nilayam, and he's addressed seekers, spiritual seekers, on a number of life topics. He has addressed gatherings in the United States, in the Caribbean, in the Middle East and Nepal, I think Singapore as well, if I'm not wrong, Brother Arvind, and also traveling around different parts of India. As if that wasn't enough, he also counsels and mentors youth from around the world in their personal and professional lives, taking a spiritual perspective and the wealth of experience and insights that Bhagavan has given him over decades at his divine lotus feet. Brother Arvind has also authored 4 books which have been widely read, and I have 2 of his books on my bookshelf, and one of them is for teens and youngsters, actually, and I commend that to you, as well as his blogs with over 3 million views. They have inspired many of us here and many of us around the world. His hobbies include photography, theatre, badminton, and cricket, and I'm sure he'll be keeping an eye on the T20 World Cup. We won't speak about the recent results from Bharat and from New Zealand, by the way, and he endeavours to excel in all that he takes up. He's an absolutely engaging, vibrant, enthusiastic, inspirational speaker, and we were indeed privileged to have him with us this evening and this afternoon in Bharat and elsewhere in the world. Brother Arvind, it's my absolute pleasure to welcome you, and over to you for what I'm sure promises to be an enthralling satsang. Om Shri Sai Ram.
Sai Ram. Om Shri Sai Ram. Thank you, Brother Venkat, for such a loving and beautiful introduction. It just shows how much love Swami has showered on me and how much love you and all of you have for Swami. That's why anything that is related to Swami, you shower the same love. So I'm very honored, very touched, very, very happy. It is all Bhagwan's grace and blessings. I would like to begin by just chanting a mantra. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Dear Swami, respected elders, dear brothers and sisters, Sairam and advance wishes for a happy, holy, joyous and beautiful Deepavali. I know that this talk is a special for the Avatarhood Declaration Day, but we cannot help the fact that it's very coincidentally coming a few days before the Festival of Lights that is celebrated a day from now, 2 days from now, 3 days from now, depending on which part of the globe you're in or which part of the country in India you're in. Deepavali or Diwali is the Festival of Lights. And what a blessing from Bhagwan that for that as well, we are sitting and contemplating on the theme Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, from darkness to light. The significance of Deepavali or Diwali, there are multiple stories, but the two most popular ones and two most inspiring ones are from the Treta Yuga and from the Dwapara Yuga. So in the Treta Yuga, it is said that it's on this day, Lord Sri Rama returned to Ayodhya with Mother Sita, Lakshmana and the entire Vanara army, the monkey army. They all came to Ayodhya. They wanted to participate in the coronation of Lord Sri Rama. And the residents, the denizens of Ayodhya were so happy. They lit lamps throughout the streets, the roads, the lanes, the bylanes, hoping for Lord Sri Rama to walk through them. There was no electricity those days. It used to be by lamps. And Deepavali means a row of lamps. They lit a row of lamps because they felt light was coming back to Ayodhya. You know, on the Vijayadashmi day, which was about a fortnight before, that is the day Lord Sri Rama killed the demon king Ravana. So it took him a fortnight to complete all the visa formalities and other things at Lanka possibly. And then he flew to Ayodhya in the Pushpaka Vimana. But yeah, he had so many other formalities to complete there. He had to crown Vibhishana. There was a examination, a test that Mother Sita had to undergo. Not the NT-PCR or not the RT-PCR, not the COVID test, but she had to undergo the Agni Pariksha. So having completed all that and the visa formalities, Lord Sri Rama arrived to Ayodhya 14 days, a fortnight later, and that is the Deepavali day. The other significance from the Dwapara Yuga is that this is the day when Lord Krishna killed Narakasura and freed up 16,000 women who were in his clutches, who were captured by him. In fact, these are the 16,000 wives of Lord Sri Krishna. It's not exactly like the husband and wife that we speak about, but those women who had lost everything in life said, Lord, we have nobody, you are our Lord, Pati. Pati also means Lord. Jagat Pati doesn't mean husband of the world. Jagat Pati means Lord of the world. Pati also means husband. So they said, Lord, you are our Pati, you are our master, you are our Lord. And Lord Krishna accepted them. As Swami would say, Dikku leni vadiki devude dikku. Meaning for those that don't have any other solace and support, God is there as the support. Just saying that makes me emotional. Swami would say that, in one of his discourses, Swami said, you keep speaking of anatha. Anatha literally means orphan. But actually, anatha means one who doesn't have a natha. Natha meaning the Lord. So Swami would say, nobody in this world is an anatha. Nobody is an orphan. Because everybody has a natha. Everybody has the Lord. The God is there for each and every one. You just have to need him to deserve him. Just cry out and tell Swami. He will say Yemi. Say Sai. He will say Oi. Oi and Yemi. Yemi in Telugu means what? What are you calling me for? Oi means yes. Did you call me? This is what Swami himself says. So Swami would say that nobody is an anatha, nobody is an orphan. If at all there is any anatha, if at all there is anyone without the Lord, it is the Lord himself. He has no Lord for him. And therefore Swami would say, God is the only anatha in this whole universe. So Deepavali is that day when light enters our life. Lightness enters. Light enters, brightness enters. It is the triumph of light over darkness. It is the triumph of good over evil. It's the triumph of immortality over death. Coming back to the theme, which is so much in sync with this, from darkness to light. I would like all of you to just think of Deepavali or think of fireworks. Some of us might not be familiar with Diwali or Deepavali, but all of us will definitely be familiar with fireworks. Close your eyes for a moment and think of fireworks. What is the image that comes in your mind? One image is possibly of the night sky that is lit up brightly with all these bursting crackers. They burst into beautiful clouds of multiple colors. Either that or we visual beautiful colored firecrackers on the ground. You will notice that whatever be our visualization, it will always be against the backdrop of darkness. We never think of fireworks during the day. We just can't think. We don't know how it is to have fireworks in the day. I would really be surprised if any of you thought of fireworks. The image in your mind, I mean, when I said imagine fireworks, if you had imagined a daytime fireworks, if you did so, you are a very, very rare specimen, I feel. Because any number of people whom I have asked to imagine fireworks, it's a nightly scene that comes. This is something very significant. It is significant because whether we believe it or not, whether we accept it or not, we are able to appreciate light only against a backdrop of darkness. We can move into light, we can appreciate light, we can understand light, we can feel thrilled by light only if we have known darkness. That is why the journey is from darkness to light, because without darkness, we won't know the meaning of light. We won't be able to appreciate light. That is why in another of his popular examples, Swami says that Kunti, the mother of the Pandavas, when she got the opportunity to seek a boon from Lord Krishna, she sought something very, very strange. Here is a mother who has gone through hardships all her life. Even though she is a queen, she has been separated from her children for 14 years when they were in exile. They had to go together in exile. And even after that, there was a bloody war. Having gone through all these difficulties, when Lord Krishna is finally asking Kunti what does she want, she says, Lord, fill my life with hardships. Because it's only in times of hardships that I remember you. Swami would give this example and say, Nasukhat labhyate sukham. You will never get joy from joy. You will never get light from light. It's only in the darkness that we are able to see light. Imagine something is so pitch dark. The tiniest flickering light from a firefly. When I had recently been to Coorg, it was a dark night. I was sitting outside in the balcony, just taking in the beautiful calmness of nature at night. There were the crickets chirping. And suddenly I saw some lights flickering and it was a thrill for me. That's when I realized these are fireflies. It felt so beautiful. It felt as if they were in a dance. I would never have seen them during the day. It is the darkness that makes it possible for us to see light. And it is this darkness that brings to our heart the joy and delight that is there in light. Whenever I speak or whenever I even think about moving from darkness to light, I cannot help but recollect the experience of Dr. T. Ravi Kumar, my teacher, my chemistry teacher during my undergraduate and postgraduate days, and my teacher for life even to this day. Anytime when I have to take an important step in life, anytime when I'm worried, anytime I'm feeling low, I call him up. Because these are the teachers who are true teachers. They teach you not only about living, they teach you about life. Ravi Kumar sir has been so inspirational for me in how we should love Swami. Every time he speaks about Swami, his eyes become moist. His voice becomes so tender and choked. And just witnessing it, I feel envious. I feel Swami, whether or not I get experiences that he has experienced, I want to love you like this, Swami. Thinking of you, I want tenderness to enter my heart, Swami. I want tears to fill my eyes, Swami. I want to just feel your love by just taking your name, Swami. So his experience is phenomenal. It is actually in 3 parts. And let me narrate them in the chronological order. I might get the exact dates and time wrong, but the chronology will be right. The order will be right. I think it was sometime in 1979 when Sir completed his junior college and he had to go to the Sri Krishna Deva Raya University, SKU as they call, in Anantapur to pursue his post-graduation. But even as he did post-graduation there, every week or every fortnight, whenever possible, he would rush to have Swami's darshan. And once when he came to have Swami's darshan, all his other brothers who were there said, "Hey, Swami was speaking about you." Oh, what was he speaking about? "We are planning to put up a drama." I forget the name. I think it was Kingdom of Heaven for Christmas possibly, which naturally involves Jesus Christ. And in that, Swami was deciding the roles for different students. For one particular role, Swami said, "Let Ravi do this role." And what was that role? That role was of a blind beggar boy who comes to Jesus Christ and seeks vision. And Christ asks him, "Do you have faith that I can grant you vision?" And the lad says, "Yes, you will grant me vision." And Christ says, "Go on, your darkness is banished. You will see there will be light in your eyes. Don't tell this to anyone." And the boy goes and tells it to the whole world. And we are talking about that experience even today. That role was something that he was picked to do. The significance of that, he understood only several years later. Maybe a couple of years later, he completed his post-graduation. Swami appointed him as a teacher. And he was doing his research, doctorate, at Prashanthi Nilayam, Puttaparthi. And as he was working in the chemistry lab, an unfortunate accident happened. That was the day when, because of an accident, concentrated sulfuric acid, sulfuric acid is called the king among acids, tipped into his eyes. And it was burning and he began to shout out. In fact, his fellow brother, a classmate, a friend, had told him, "Let's go to the hostel for lunch." And he had told him, "You proceed, I shall just come in 10 minutes. He had not even left the chemistry lab when he heard Ravi Kumar shout out. So he ran back in and he was clutching his eyes, saying, "This acid has gone in." They rushed to the tap, opened it, Unfortunately, because of some plumbing work going on in an adjacent building, the water connection had been shut. There was no water in the taps, and there's acid in the eyes. They rushed to the general hospital, only to find out that the ophthalmologist, the eye doctor, in order to renew the visa or something, had gone out of station, was not there. So they were told, you please proceed immediately to Bangalore. There's nothing that can be done here. At that time, Ravi Kumar sir said, no, let's not go to Bangalore. Let's go. It's almost time for darshan. Let's have darshan. I want to see Swami. He said he wanted to see Swami because he wasn't able to see anything. It was pitch dark, black. And he was just wondering, oh God, what will I do now? I can't even see my Swami. Possibly the friend thought that Ravi Kumar wants to have darshan. Ravi Kumar actually wanted to have darshan in the sense that I hope I can see Swami at least, even if I can't see anything else in life. Went and sat in the darshan hall. Nothing. It was pitch black, dark. When Swami came, it was a friend who was describing Swami is now walking, Swami is coming here. And Ravi Kumar sir had tears from those eyes. Swami, I wanted to serve you all my life. Now I'm in a situation where I need somebody to serve me all my life. Oh God, what has happened now? When Swami came close to him, some of the elders who were there told Swami what had happened. Swami came to him and reassured him. Swami said, don't worry. Here, take these 3 packets of vibhuti. Take one immediately. Take 1 packet daily. It will be fine. Don't worry. Taking strength from what Swami had said, Ravi Kumar sir went back to the hostel. Daily he would take a packet of vibhuti. 3 days passed. The dosage was done. The 3 packets had been consumed. Yet it was all dark. It was not the darkness of the night. It was the darkness of the sight. He was yet not able to see anything. And that night he broke down. He broke down not because of anything else, but simply because of the fact that I'm not able to see Swami. I will not be able to see Swami. Yes, Swami is God. Swami is divine. Even if we are not able to see him, we can feel him, we can experience him. But seeing him is a joy. Don't we agree? That is a joy that we miss so much these days. We experience him. He's there all around us. He's there helping us. The moment we cry out to him, he comes to our aid immediately. And yet, Swami, when will we see you? When will we behold that beautiful form? As he cried himself to sleep that night, the next day morning, he wakes up. He wakes up and he sees that one of his friends has come to deliver coffee to him, and he keeps coffee or tea on the table there. He gets up, sits on his bed and greets his friend. And the friend looks at him and says, tell me, what dress am I wearing? And Ravi Kumar sir says, what a strange question to ask. You're wearing a grey track pant and a cream t-shirt. You can see, you're able to see. And that's when it strikes. It strikes Ravi Kumar sir that yes, I am able to see. I'm able to see. I slept in the night without my sight, and I wake up in the morning and true to Swami's word. The world runs on his word, dear brothers and sisters. Swami's word is the method, is the system, is the rule on which the entire world runs on. Ravi Kumar sir was able to see. The thrill he felt in his heart, the joy he felt surging in his being. That evening when he went to darshan, his eyes were speaking eloquently because his mouth was dumbstruck. His eyes were expressing gratitude through copious tears to Swami. But what does Swami tell him? Swami tells him seriously, buy a pair of goggles, wear them, and be careful next time. That made him feel nervous. When Swami says be careful next time, it means that there is going to be a next time. So immediately, he ensured that he would never be in the chemistry lab without his safety goggles. Everyone would be wearing these safety goggles. He too would be wearing. Even by mistake, he would not allow them to come off. And this went on for a couple of years. Then one day, he was about to finish a very critical experiment. I say critical because it had been running for the past 2-3 months. And if he didn't complete it on that day, the whole thing had to be redone. And this was also critical because this would be the one that would decide him getting his doctoral degree from Swami. If he missed it, he would have to wait 1 more year for that. So no way he was going to wait. But as he did this experiment on that particular day, his goggles fell and broke. Immediately he remembered Swami's words, be careful next time. He said, yes, I'm going to be extremely careful. He did the setup and he put on the vacuum pump that had newly arrived from Japan. It was a new pump. The suction was so much. And the whole apparatus imploded. It imploded, and this time it was not sulfuric acid. It was something much more powerful. It was chromic acid, black, fuming, 80 degrees, almost boiling. And it flew into both his eyes. This time there was water in the taps. But the burning was so intense. How much ever water he kept putting, the burning didn't cease. He could feel holes in his cloth and his lab coat wherever the acid drops had fallen. Rushed to the general hospital. This time the doctor was there. The doctor took the friend aside and the friend came back and said, it's all fine, Ravi, it's all fine. But if you wish, we can go to Bangalore. Now, this got him very suspicious. He knew it was not all fine because it was burning, it was black, felt like hell, darkness and burning. And why to go to Bangalore if all is well? He said, see, Swami is going to ask me, what did the doctor say? Because my eyes have been bandaged now. When he sees me like this, he'll ask, what happened? What did the doctor say? I will have to tell him what the doctor said. So please tell me what the doctor said. That's when the friend revealed. The doctor said that you shouldn't be disappointed or become despondent or depressed. That's why just go to Bangalore to seek another opinion. But according to the doctor, there's nothing left of your eyes there. There's nothing that can be done because there's nothing that's left. You know, even though you cannot shed tears, the heart can still cry. And Ravi Kumar sir was now weeping at his heart. He wasn't even able to weep with his eyes. There was nothing left there. Swami, you made me fine once. And what have I done? What has happened? Oh my God. And Swami had even warned him. Not once, twice. Once was a very early warning when he gave him the role of that blind beggar boy. So significant. This time when they went to Mandir, he was tied. The bandage was there and Swami came straight to him. What happened? What happened? But even as Swami asked what happened, Swami immediately changed his expression. And this Ravi Kumar sir made out from the tone, because he couldn't see those expressions. Swami said, I told you to be careful. I told you to be careful. Then Swami materialized Vibhuti because Swami asked for him to show his hand. Put Vibhuti in his hand and said, don't worry. Just relax, it'll all be fine. Do whatever the doctor has said. So he ate the Vibhuti. The bandage was around his eyes. He went back to the hostel. The next day morning, when they went to the hospital, the doctor had to undress this bandage to tie a new bandage. And even as the doctor undressed the bandage, brothers and sisters, can you believe it? Ravi Kumar sir is sitting there and seeing the doctor in his eyes. The glory of the Lord, the compassion of the Lord. But the doctor doesn't know this, huh? So he's examining the eye. Again, checking once more. And then saying, I think I need to get my eyes checked. Because there was nothing there yesterday. Today there's nothing wrong here. In fact, interestingly, Ravi Kumar sir used to have spectacles with some power. The power that his eyes had also had reduced. They had gotten better. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. Lead me from darkness to light. And today, that Ravi Kumar sir narrates this incident and many, many more, lighting up so many lives. He is like that candle which Swami has lit. And that candle flame can light up 1,000,000 candle flames without losing its own flame. I am definitely one of those candles that have been lit by the flame from Ravi Kumar sir. So beautiful as he shares this incident. So, the light that comes at the end of darkness is something that we appreciate so much. The background of darkness is needed. When dark clouds fill your skies, hiding sunshine from your eyes, say his name, see his form, hold on, Sai Ram. Say his name, see his form, hold on. Let us not get discouraged, let us not despair. However dark the night, it's always darkest before dawn. It is definitely darkest before dawn. So, thinking of that, let us cheer up. This too shall pass. When I say darkness, the darkness can take many forms. Despondency, despair, dejection, disappointment, sorrow. Yes, we'll cry out to Swami, but let us remember that Swami will never let go. He will bring in light one way or the other. Because he loves us. He loves us. And why does he love us? No reason for love, no season for love. In the same context, I also remember the experience of another teacher, another devotee. She too studied at the Sri Krishna Deva Raya University at some point in time. She taught at the Anantapur campus of the Sri SSSIO Institute of Higher Learning. The difference is, Ms. Rama Devi was born without vision. So she did not even know what it means to have sight. You understand, right? It is one thing when you lose your sight. You feel the pain of what you have lost. Here you don't even know what it means. As a child, you never know what is the meaning of sight. And that leads to a lot of confusion because everyone around you is able to see. And unless you experience what is sight, you don't understand the meaning of sight. And therefore, you're not able to understand so many descriptions Understand so many things that your peers are speaking. But Rama ma'am was blessed to have a lovely family, a supportive family, a wonderful grandfather who taught her that all was not lost. It took her several years to understand that she was visually impaired, that there are colors, that there are textures, that there are things, that there is something called sight. As she grew up, she was blessed to have studied in a very, very supportive primary school and higher secondary school. And her grandfather brought her up with a lot of spiritual moorings and spiritual leanings as well. She loved God, she loved Krishna. Though she has never seen, not even seen the image or picture, because she has to build her own image through descriptions. Think of this, brothers and sisters, even when we build images in our mind. Now, suppose today I close my eyes and somebody is describing to me something that I have never seen. I have references of a million things that I have already seen. So somebody can tell me that it is sharp like a needle, or it is flat as the ground, or white, bright like the sun, white like the moon, looking like milk. Based on the things that we have seen, we can build up descriptions of things that we have not seen. Just imagine building up descriptions based on what? Based on what you have experienced of what people are saying. It's very, very, very difficult for us who have been able to see to even imagine. But that's how she grew up. She learned Braille. She did all her studies in Braille. And then her elder sister, Bharati, got appointment as a teacher in the Anantapur campus of the university. And she told her sister that for your higher education, you should come and join this college. This is not an ordinary college, it is God's college. This was the first time she's hearing all this, but she said, yes, let me join. She joined. She joined Swami's college at Anantapur. And a year later, her elder sister actually left. She got married and moved on. She continued to stay. One of the things that the elder sister's role as an instrument of Bhagwan was to get Rama Devi into the college. Once she joined the college, it wasn't an easy life. But she had Swami guiding her. Swami came and told her, in fact, told everybody around. Swami said, all of you will get distracted by what you see. You will watch movies, you will watch 1,000 other things. She has no such distractions. She will focus on Swami and studies, and she will do very well. That is the blessing that Swami pronounced on her. And holding on to those words of Swami, Rama Devi continued her education. She did pretty well in her undergraduation courses. And then she had to do Masters of English, postgraduate course. It wasn't there at Anantapur. And she was wondering whether she should stop studies at this point in time. Why to pursue any further studies? But no. Swami, speaking to her grandmother and herself, said, no, you should do your master's degree. But Swami, where do I do it? It's not there in the college. Swami said, there's a postgraduate college, Sri Krishna Deva Raya University College at Anantapur. Do it there. Swami, where do I stay? Swami said, stay in my hostel. Stay in my hostel, study in another college, no problem. That is Swami's love, There are rules, but there's no rule beyond love. Love knows no rules, love rules. Where love rules, there are no rules. And Swami is waiting only for that love. That's all. Dear brothers and sisters, that's all it is. I don't know what it is to have divine love. I don't know what it means, but I know this much, that once we have that love for Swami, nothing else is there in life to be achieved. And that's all we need to yearn for. That's all we need to pine for. Swami, let the love that is in my heart towards you, let it grow every moment. Let it grow stronger every moment. That's all. Let's yearn for that. Let's pine for that. Because as I said, love rules. When love rules, you need not have love for rules. So an exception was made, not just for Ramadevi madam, but for all her classmates. All of them are staying at the Anandpur hostel, studying in another college. Swami said, I will help you in your studies, don't worry. This was very, very important because it was very discouraging. Forget books being available in Braille. There were no books. There were no books in Braille. How does she study? She has to listen. All of her classmates, 70% of them did not know proper English as well. How does she make notes? How does she study? It was very discouraging. She went to 2-3 mentors and all of them said, it's better you stop your education now. Why do you want to study further? Forget the master's course. It was very, very, very discouraging. Till one person told her, listen, Swami has said that he will study. He will help you in your studies. Why do you worry? Don't lose your confidence. Dear brothers and sisters, we come across situations in life where we feel it is so difficult. But we feel that because we need to learn. We feel like giving up because we lack self-confidence. And self-confidence is nothing but a reflection of our faith in Swami. If I believe that there is nothing impossible for Swami, and if I believe that there is Swami within me, how can I not have self-confidence? I'm not preaching here, dear brothers and sisters. I'm speaking this loudly and thumpingly so that it gets into my own heart and head. Because I too suffer from a lack of self-confidence. And I realize that that is nothing but a reflection of my lack of faith in Swami. That's all. Swami is there. Swami will never let go of us. We possibly need reminders of this. But let us never forget it. Let us remind ourselves of the same. So this well-wisher told Ramadevi that Swami has said he will study. Swami has said he will help you. Why are you worried? Go ahead. March on. And she indeed marched on. She got good grades. Now, interestingly, that year, those 2 years, Swami conducted the summer course in Indian culture and spirituality at Vrindavan, Bangalore. And the first year, Ramadevi attended, I think this was 1976 or 77. She attended only the inaugural session because it's so difficult to live in the hostel where students from all the campuses are there. You have to get up almost in the middle of the night to have bath and get ready. How do you face those difficulties? So she just felt that it would be very difficult. But the next year, one of her classmates said, I will help you and take care of you. You stay. Experience the summer course. It's amazing. She felt that that was a nudge from Swami. Many times we are waiting for Swami to come into our life. We miss the different forms through which he comes into our life. He comes through the loving words of your parents or your friends or your spouse or your children, even your children. He comes in various forms. He says that I'm present in everything and therefore see me in everything. I will come. When you call, I will come. That is my promise. That is Swami's promise. And so when we call him out with all our heart, if we feel he hasn't come, it's because we missed. Let's go back and search again. He will be there. He cannot but come. He will come. His word it is. He will never fail his word. Swami always comes. We miss him sometimes. So Swami, taking these words of her friend as words from Swami, she decided to go and attend the summer course. It was difficult, no doubt, but it was filled with delight. Again, as Swami says, na sukhat labhyate sukham. Through happiness, you don't get more happiness. It's only through difficulties that you get more happiness. So don't be shy to go through difficulties. Yes, we feel fear. Yes, we feel nervous. But let's march ahead, knowing that what is the worst that can happen? Swami is in my heart. Swami will not let go of me. What else? The worst that can happen is we losing Swami. If we don't lose Swami, as long as Swami is with us, hell becomes heaven. Any difficult situation becomes a beautiful situation. That is what Swami does to us. So as long as we are firm in our faith that Swami is with us, why do we worry? She studied. A summer course is a course at the end of which you have to even give an examination. And she got to know that if you achieve more than 50% of the marks, you will receive your certificate from Swami's hands. And so she decided that I will study. Dear brothers and sisters, even, I think I let go of the secret even before I speak because I get emotional. Forgive me being emotional. But it's such a magnificent thing. When you take one step towards Swami, Swami takes 100. Rama Devi not just got more than 50%. She could hear her name being announced by Bhagwantam, Dr. Bhagwantam, who said, the top rank has been secured by a student who doesn't have vision. Rama Devi is the first ranker for this summer course. Just imagine topping an examination for which you are so ill-equipped. That is Swami. That is Swami's grace. And she achieved it. She later was appointed as a teacher. Swami appointed her as a teacher as well. Yes, Swami never gave back her physical eyesight. But oh my goodness, she has no regrets. She's so happy. In fact, Swami once told her, don't ever feel bad that you're not able to have Swami's darshan. Because Swami's darshan is not through the physical eyes. Swami's darshan happens when there is clarity and love in the mind and heart. When there is clarity in the mind, when there is love in the heart, that's when you have Swami's darshan. And you are able to have Swami's darshan always. This is the light. The light is not the light of the eyes, but the light of wisdom that dawns and clears away the darkness of ignorance. What is ignorance? Anytime we feel that Swami is not with us, anytime we feel lonely, anytime we feel despondent, anytime we feel frustrated, anytime we feel angry, that is ignorance. Because we are feeling all of those because we have forgotten that Swami is with us. And now I'm getting tears because I'm reminded of so many occasions where I have forgotten this. Just imagine when I'm feeling frustrated, if I'm able to see Swami by my side, will I ever have frustration? Swami is there saying, don't worry, you're Amritasya Putra. You're a child of immortality. You're my child. You're my friend. I am with you. What can be impossible for you? Nothing is impossible for you. I'm there with you. Don't forget that. Don't forget it. In fact, I feel Swami's anguish that we have forgotten him is much more than our anguish that we are not able to feel him. Just call me, Swami says, just call me. I'm as far as your call can reach. I'm there by your side always, always. For this satsang, I didn't keep a picture of Swami beside me. Purposely, because I wanted to get into my head and heart whether I'm able to see Swami with my eyes or not. When there is love for Swami in my heart, Swami is by my side. Swami is in me, Swami is above me, Swami is below me, Swami is around me. Swami is me when I am able to feel his love. That's all. That is the light that we have to move into, the light of love. When we examine the life of another great lover of God, was born blind, Surdas. He was born without sight. And yet, listening to his compositions of Lord Krishna, many devotees of Lord Krishna are able to visualize Krishna. Do you see the paradox there? Do you see the paradox? Here is a devotee of the Lord who cannot see the Lord because he doesn't have eyesight, and yet his descriptions of the Lord are bringing alive the form of the Lord in front of so many minds, eyes of so many devotees. Huh? That is what love for the Lord can do. That is the true light that we have to seek, the light of love. In fact, when Surdas falls into a well, he calls out for help. A little boy comes and puts a stick, pulls out Surdas from the well. Who is this little boy? Krishna. Surdas doesn't know, he cannot see. He says, "Thank you, my little boy. What's your name?" And the boy says, "My name is Gopal." "Oh, Gopal! You know, I love Gopal. What do you do, Gopal?" "Grandfather, I take care of cows. I take them out in the morning for grazing. I herd them and get them back in the evening." "Oh, how interesting. My Gopal also does the same. I love you, my little child." And he pats the head of the child and feels the peacock feather. When he feels the peacock feather, he tries to catch him, and Krishna runs away. But Surdas bursts into a song. "बाह चुड़ाए जात हो, निबल जान के मोहे, हृदय से जब जाऊं तो, सबल में जानू तो." Surdas bursts out into a song saying, "Oh Krishna, you think you are strong because you can let go of my hand and run away. But I will consider you strong only if you are able to leave my heart. You can't leave my heart, Krishna. I have captured you here. You can't leave my heart." Yes, Krishna couldn't leave Surdas' heart. In fact, legend goes that Krishna appears before Surdas and grants him vision. And when he grants him vision, Surdas cries out, "Krishna," and he's able to see his Krishna for the first time. Krishna says, "Ye me." What? "Swami, ye me." Huh? When you call out, the Lord asks, "What do you want?" And Surdas says, "Lord, take away my eyesight. I don't want these eyes." Why? "Because, Lord, I'm able to see you, but I'm able to see the world as well. When I didn't have these eyes, I saw only you. I want to see only you, Swami. I want to see only you, Krishna. So please let me not get distracted. Don't distract me. Take away my eyes." Lord Krishna takes away his eyes. I'm so sorry. And that, I just hope it's fine, right? Yeah. Okay. And that is how Surdas remained blind in the worldly sense, but continued to see his Krishna. One of my brothers, Ranganath Raju, he had asked Swami, "Swami, what is the root cause of attraction?" And Swami said the root cause of attraction is the sight. Yes, the eyes are very powerful. They get us attracted, they get us attached. Let us ensure that they fall on only that which is worthy of getting attached to, worthy of getting attracted to. That is Swami. But you know something interesting? When Swami told Brother Rangnath Raju that it is your sight that attracts you to something, Swami didn't point to his eyes, Swami pointed to the heart. What does that mean? That means that vision is not through the eyes, vision is through the heart. We are attracted to what our heart sets its eyes upon. That is the light that we have to seek. When we move from darkness to light, it is from the darkness of ignorance to the light of wisdom through the light of love. That is what is the significance of the Avatarhood Declaration Day. Swami wanted us to move to love. That's why all his life, from that day onwards, from the Avatarhood Declaration Day onward, Swami addressed us as Prema Swarupulara, embodiments of divine love. That is the significance of Deepavali. That is the significance of the prayer Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. Swami, may we move from darkness to the light of your love. May our love for you keep growing every moment. May we love you more and more. May we be able to see you in everything that our eyes behold, that our heart experiences. May you fill our universe. May you become our universe. May there be no separation between you and us, between you and me. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.
Om Shri Sai Ram, Brother Arvind. I have attended and watched many talks online. It's very difficult to impart, to share, to absorb the listener and the participant in the energy and the heart of the speaker online. In person, it's a different matter, but online it's proving increasingly difficult, especially with the glut of online content we have. This evening, you have transcended the limitations of the online platform. You have reached into our hearts and taken us into yours so that we may experience a little bit of that presence of Swami that is so evident. It's so evident in your words. So thank you. I can't even begin to thank you, really. The comments that are coming in the chat, I think, are reflecting what we feel as members of this satsang with you. The line that you left short of saying was "Hari mai nainahin tum naina."
Yes,
we are looking for that vision all the time. We have weakness in our eyes. We have the cataracts of the bad qualities, and you have shown us that where the light comes from. Who is the Naina? Where is the Naina? Through the lives of some amazing devotees, Dr. T. Ravi Kumar, Ramadevi Madam, Surdas, magnificent, and of course touching on Brother Ranganath Raju as well, who's been a previous guest of these webinars. The journey you have taken us on, you have shown us that it is not the vision, not the charma chakshu that matters, but the vision that is beyond that. And I think there were probably some tears amongst the participants as well, as we were taken in to what you felt on a number of occasions. So thank you, thank you, thank you. That's all we've got, are those words, really. Our eternal gratitude to you. Now, Brother Arvind, we have still a little bit of time left, and we would love to interact with you a little bit if you are okay with that.
Yeah, sure, definitely. Yeah,
Wonderful.
I kept aside half an hour for that only.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. And you had a vision on you had an eye on the time as well, which is great. Superb.
Yeah.
We have some questions that have already come through, and I would like to also invite the participants of this satsang. If you have questions, please post them in the chat box. You may post them to everybody or to the admins, and we will see if we can get them through to Brother Arvind, time permitting. Brother Arvind, I'd like to start with the first question. And this is very much on the theme of light that you have so beautifully described, the significance thereof in context of the upcoming Deepavali. And you've beautifully managed to bridge avatarhood declaration with Deepavali, with this motif of light, which is brilliant. And the question really is about light meditation or Jyoti meditation. And the questioner asks, how can we use our light meditation to pour loving light onto those that have harmed us or we think have hurt us in some way? How do we get past that kind of darkness that we feel towards people, or they may feel towards us, and pour light on them through the light meditation that Swami has taught us?
I don't know if I'm actually qualified to answer this, because I don't do light meditation. I don't do Jyoti meditation. I really don't know what is meditation, other than the fact that I try to keep chanting Swami's name and keep thinking of his form. But I can definitely empathize with how do we shower Swami's love on those who we feel have harmed us, who have affected us negatively. Very, very challenging practically, especially when you feel that you have done no wrong. I say when you feel, because many times we feel that we have done no wrong, but if we step into the other person's shoes, they feel the same about themselves as well. So it's almost like Swami would always say, one hand can never clap, one hand can never clap. Two hands have to come together to clap. So if there is a conflict going on, usually it will be two ways. Something would have happened. But even assuming that we are in the right and we have done nothing wrong and somebody does wrong to us, it's very, very difficult. So practically what I do is, like Swami would say, help ever, hurt never. If you can't help ever, at least hurt never. Like if I'm not able to, see Swami in that person and shower love, at least I will not shower hate. At one point in time, I think this was Brother Indreshwar, the grandson of the Rajmata, who, very great devotee of Swami. She, Rajmata of Jamnagar, it is on her contribution that the entire Vrindavan college rests today. So her grandson, when at one point in time there was somebody in the family cheating them of all their wealth, because he keeps saying wealth is such a big headache. Everybody eyes you in the negative way. Every relationship comes because of the wealth, that kind. So at that point in time, one day in darshan, he was so angry on this person who had cheated them. So he sat there and he imagined that person's face, and you're so helpless. You can't do anything to touch that person. He or she has covered the track so well and looted you out. And he's sitting there and he got so angry, and he says that he began to punch him, punch his face. And as he began to do that, suddenly the interview room door slammed open. Out walks Swami and comes straight to him and tells, "Hey, what are you doing? You will kill him." He just comes to Swami, I'm just sitting here silently. That's what you think, you're sitting here silently? No. He understood the message. Because even mental, those blows are so powerful. When we get angry, we are losing. Yes, possibly even if I punch that other person, because Swami said that way, Swami said, stop or you'll kill him. It genuinely affects. Let me share one personal experience. There was some credit card issue several years back that I had to close, and I had forgotten about that. It was not me who had taken it, somebody else in the family, and it came on to me. And when I had to close it, the lady who was handling this, she told me a lie. She said, you just pay the capital amount, forget the interest, and it'll all be done. And I, listening to her, paid it out. It was difficult, but I somehow managed to make the payment. But 3 months later, I again got a call saying that the interest amount has to be paid out, and I had no documentation. I was very naive, and I felt very cheated. I felt very hurt. And I told that lady, see, I trusted you. I trusted you and you cheated me. I am a good person and I'm feeling so angry on you now. You will repent for this, I told her. And she was not interested in anything. She just said, just get my money back. And when that happened, I had to pay back. Yeah, I had to pay that. And I felt very angry. It took me so much time to forget about her. I didn't forgive her, but even forget her. And just as I had forgotten her, about 4 months later, I get another call from her. And even as I pick it, I can feel my anger coming back. But can you believe it? On the other end, she's in tears. She says, sir, please don't curse me, sir. I'm a good person. I have a family. I have so many difficulties. Please don't curse me. And I said, I didn't curse you. She said, no, in your heart also don't tell. You said, right, you're a good person and I have harmed you. I didn't intend to harm you. It was a mistake. Please forgive me. I immediately was moved. I said, yeah, okay, I forgive you. I really said, I forgive you. She said, thank you so much. Please, I'm like a sister. Don't think negative about me. And she cut the call. I really don't know what happened to her, but I just realized that when I feel negative about somebody, it is affecting them. It affects them, but it's not just affecting them. It is taking away something from me. All the good that I have earned, it's like money. When you have to buy something, you have to spend. So I think for me, what helped practically was this realization that when I am thinking negative of somebody and thinking of harming somebody, even if I succeed in doing that to get some kind of a basal satisfaction that, you did it and I got my revenge, I am actually wasting away my good things that I have earned with so much difficulty. In fact, Swami would say one bout of anger removes out 3 months of positive energies that you have accumulated. 3 months of energy from food is burnt in one bout of anger. My God, then how careful should we be of our anger? What to say of this consistent background anger? So the short of this long answer, please forgive me for this. So many, I never thought I'll share all these, but I just shared it. The thing is, even if I'm not able to love somebody, let me just ignore and let me never get into the hate part. Logically, let me tell myself that, hey, you know what? You're spending money on this. In order to shower hate, I'm saying money because this is something more precious than money, but let me realize that, okay, $100,000 are going to go in me wanting to hate that person. At least that way, let me conserve it. Something much more valuable is going. So practically what I do is, yes, if I'm able to think of that person with love. Again, when I say Jyoti, light is nothing but love. It's not about taking one lamp and, making that light go and fill that person. Those are all ways in which I'm trying to visualize it. Yes, they are helpful, but ultimately it's about me letting go and letting God. And yes, spiritually, it is my karma. It is good for me. And from a logical point of view, I'm losing if I'm getting into a negative thing. Why to focus my energies on somebody whom I don't like or somebody who's irritating me? Let me keep away. Swami would say, Tyaja Durjana Samsargam, run away from bad company. And when I say run away, it's not just physical, mentally as well. Just keep away. Let's keep to good company. That would be my answer.
Beautiful. Thank you, Brother Arvind. The next question is quite a deep one and perhaps a little philosophical, but I've heard you address it in other satsangs, so hopefully it's quite okay to ask it. And this is really about this dichotomy. We've spoken about one dichotomy of darkness and light, but another dichotomy of divine will and effort. And the question goes something like this, that the Lord stays true as the eternal witness, regardless of the decision or the outcome that we are a part of. So does decision-making really matter? Are we making the decision, or was it really predestined? And I'm clubbing another question, which is along the lines of that not even a blade of grass moves without divine will. Then how do we differentiate or distinguish between the will of the divine and that of man's will? Does that make sense?
Yeah, this is a confusion that keeps striking. You can be on camera, no problem. It feels nice to see your face and answer. So what I feel is, again, this is from my own experience. I'm just sharing that we keep riding different boats, at times that everything depends on me, let me put my effort, or at times that, oh, God is in charge, nothing happens without his will. Many times we use the phrase that God is in charge, nothing happens without his will, as an escapist kind of mentality that I don't want to do this, it's uncomfortable for me to do it. So therefore, no blade of grass moves without his will, let it be his will. Let us stick to one path. Either whatever we do determines, see, it's like, destiny. When I say, what is destiny? We think of destiny as a cloud that's above our head, which is determining all that I'm going to face in this life. Now, how did this cloud get built? This cloud got built by my karmas, right? Like, in a way, destiny is just nothing but a freezing of all my past karmas. So destiny is also effort that I've done across many lifetimes. Okay. And so it is like kinetic energy and potential energy. When on top of a hill, it's full potential energy. It comes rolling down the ball. It becomes kinetic energy. At the bottom of the hill, it's max kinetic energy, zero potential energy. It rolls back up the top of the slope. So like that, I feel that's how destiny and self-effort is. Destiny is nothing but a solidification of all our efforts that have happened. So practically, when I want to lead my life, I either lead my life thinking that everything is destiny, that is, everything is potential. It's like the egg and the hen, which came first? It doesn't matter. You believe in one and stick to that. Believe the hen came first and that's it. So therefore focus on the hen, or believe that the egg came first and focus on the egg. In the same way, believe that everything is destined and then just let go. Why are you complaining? There's nothing to complain, right? It's all a drama scripted. Like I don't get unduly affected by a movie because I know everything is scripted. I just watch it and enjoy. It's entertaining even if it's a tragedy. It's entertaining even if it's a horror movie. It's entertaining even if it's a comedy. So take the path of everything is destiny and enjoy the entertainment. Or take the path of self-effort and strive relentlessly. But the thing is, we keep shifting between the two, and that's why we get confused. So I think both are true. Both are true. It's like whether the Bohr's theory of the atom is true or the quantum mechanical model is true. Both are true. Take it and apply the equations, they will work. But both are based in different way and they're at different levels. But both of them work and both of them are even taught even to this day in schools and colleges. So in the same way, take everything as destined and live accordingly. Or take everything as dependent on the effort and live accordingly, they will work. But the problem comes when we keep shifting. Today, I believe in my effort. Tomorrow, I believe in destiny. Then the confusion comes, I think.
Consistency. I mean, there are these clouds of agami karma, prarabdha karma, sanchita karma around us, and yet we pluck one sentence or one phrase and use it for convenience. It's a beautifully confident and clear answer, if I may say, bro. The next question is really again, it's using this emblem of light, which is the theme of this evening. When we feel like we are falling off the tracks from our own karmas, as I just mentioned, and we feel like things are going from bad to worse, despite our efforts. We are trying to do good, we are trying to help ourselves, but things are going from bad to worse. And we know that Swami knows everything. So then the challenge is ours, isn't it? It's not Swami's. The challenge is ours. How do we train our minds to see the light, to see the truth, to know that there is light at the end of the tunnel, that Swami will give us the vision that we need for what he needs for us to do in this lifetime? So how do we train our minds to have that?
Yeah, if any of you get the answer, please tell me, because I also personally struggle so much. In fact, these satsang sessions, I'm grateful to Swami for them, because I honestly don't don't care what is happening to everybody. I need these satsangs more than anybody else. I need these to reaffirm to myself, and this is in fact one of the ways I get back onto track. I read Satyam Shivam Sundaram again and again, because somehow, like for example, the Rama Devi experience I said, it's there in the radio side page. I don't know how many have read it. I had also not read it before. I read it today and I got tears in my eyes, because whatever situation I am in today, what is it compared to what Rama Devi was in? She's not able to see, she can't study, there's no future, she's not going to get married, nobody will want to be with her. Swami says, go and do further studies all alone. How difficult it would have been. You have the Lord, you can't see him. In fact, she writes how she always wanted to know how, because she has to build her mental image from what people say. So she didn't know how Swami's hair is. She couldn't build it. She always used to imagine him with long hair, she says, because that's what people tell. She always wanted to touch his hair. And one day Swami comes close to her and says, what are you teaching? What subject are you teaching? Nothing. And Swami comes even closer and says, how are the children studying? Then Swami comes closer and says, you want to touch my hair? She says, yes, Swami. And Swami allows her to put her hand into his hair and she gets that experience. The other day when I was thinking like this, like, Swami, how do I keep reminding myself that you're there always? Because many times things happen in our life and we feel, I don't think Swami would have planned this, because it appears as of now as hopeless planning. It looks like a worst possible thing that could happen. I don't think losing a child, I don't think a relationship breaking off, I don't think getting this tragedy in my life, I don't think me losing somebody to COVID, I don't think these are things Swami will plan for me, because Swami loves me. How can Swami do this to me? It doesn't make sense at all. And at the same time, you think, look at him, I'm telling this because I want to also demolish some kind of wrong opinion, possibly, like, look at Brother Arvind, he's so blessed. Yes, I am blessed that I got to know Swami. But dear brothers and sisters, I face it day in and day out, really, whether here or in Puttaparthi, anywhere. It's not easy. It's a struggle. We are all fellow pilgrims. I am no way higher than you or lower than you, nothing. We are all sharing and going ahead. And just like you wonder how to do, I wonder how to do. I use this satsang like that, because my ears are closest to my mouth. Find something that gets our connect with him. Listen to bhajans. Read. Cry. Write a letter to him. That was my previous talk. I've written. In fact, this book where I'm preparing my talks, so many pages are missing because I write letter to him. Something. Cry out whenever possible. Tell him, Swami, I want to feel you, Swami. I know this is for my good. I know that you will not do anything out of hatred towards me or anger towards me, because you love me more than everybody else. Swami, give me strength. Swami, give me love. Swami, let me feel you. Yeah. Rather than cry out in front of anybody else, cry out in front of him. Let our tears be shed for him, because not one tear shed for him goes in vain. It doesn't go waste. So yeah, maybe it's my own karma. I don't know. I might have hurt somebody in my previous birth. Whatever it might be, I don't know what it is. But Swami is delivering that karma in the most beautiful manner possible. That is how Rama Devi madam concludes, She says, I don't know, but I feel so blessed. I don't feel that blindness is a curse on me, because Swami has come in. Swami, yes, if he can bring back Dr. Ravi Kumar sir's eyes 2 times, can't he bring back madam's eyes once, Rama Devi's madam's eyes once? But that's it. We don't know why he does what he does. Just we know that he does it out of immense love for us. So I think we need to remind ourselves of that day in and day out. It's a challenge. As Krishna told Arjuna, Abhyasena tu kaunteya. It is through practice. We have to practice. There's no shortcut. We have to practice this. Practice his presence. Pray to him and tell him. Yearn for him. Morning, get up and cry for him. Night before sleeping, cry for him. Don't feel shy or ashamed in crying for him. Nothing wrong in that. And pour out your heart. Pour out your heart. Let us tell him, because he's there to listen. Tell him about the challenges we face. Tell him about the difficulties. He will come. He will come. And he'll help. It will get easier. Let us remember, it is always darkest before dawn. things will suddenly seem like it's getting more and more difficult. Let's hold on. When things are getting rough and you feel enough's enough, say his name, see his form, hold on. Just don't give up. Hold on, and he will come. He will come.
Beautiful. And just like you mentioned earlier, consistency is the key. It's not crying once, it's not despairing another time. It's consistently always asking him to show his presence to you and to keep you on the track, as the questioner asked. Brother, we're coming towards the end, and perhaps we might have time for one or two more questions. We'll see. But the next question I've got for you is again in the theme of light, and this time clarity of decision making, which is an everyday, every moment occurrence for anyone with a mind, which is all of us. So sometimes our decisions lead to confusion. So how do we gain clarity? How do we get that light of wisdom or clarity between decisions that we think may arise from the mind and decisions that we know arise from the conscience? So this is that dichotomy again, the decisions of conscience and decisions of the mind. Clarity to know.
Actually, for this question, I have a very, very nice, interestingly and very entertainingly made answer on my channel.
Okay.
Distinguishing between the conscience and the mind.
Yes.
Arvind Balasubramania channel, it is there. But anyway, I'll tell it in a prosaic manner here because it has been asked. But I would, tell you to go and watch it, because those time when I had little free time, I made some entertaining video. But basically, the mind, I feel from a theoretical point of view, the mind will give you multiple options usually. It'll say do this or this or this, because that. It'll try to reason out. That's how the mind will try to do it. The conscience somehow knows the right answer because it's Swami within. The conscience just tells do this. Many times, whether it is to stay on or to leave, to let go or to hold on, to change your job, you just feel it in your heart. I don't know how to say it. The only way to get that is by silence. Starting with physical silence and then calming all the thoughts. Sit with Swami and you know the answer. The beautiful thing is you know the answer and you may not be able to justify it to anybody else. Everybody else you tell to also will say, no, this is wrong. I'm not saying every time it happens like that, but it might happen that the answer that is emerging is not logical for you, that is for your mind, or for anybody else. But believe me, unless you do that, no, you're not at peace. You let go of a fat salary to go settle down in a small place and do seva. It's illogical. You have children, man, don't do this. You're superb, you're due for promotion next, doesn't make sense. Why now? Don't. Real estate prices will go up next year, sell next year, don't go now. Logically, no way it makes sense. But you're not happy. You're just not happy. And you do that, everybody will call you a fool, but you're happy. What matters more? Your own peace of mind and happiness. So I think distinguishing between the mind and the conscience, one practical way is definitely the mind comes up with so many reasonings and it keeps changing. Today it'll say don't do this, tomorrow it'll say don't do this, maybe you can do this. It'll give you option A, option B, option C, option D. Conscience usually doesn't give you options. Not usually, conscience never gives you options. Conscience says this is what you have to do. And you'll know that. I mean, there's no other, I don't know, this is what I have tried to filter as some tips, but it's just about knowing it and then having the courage to follow it. But for that, we need silence. Silence is stilling all thoughts and sitting and having faith that Swami will give the answer. And having the faith that if I have misunderstood and I'm going wrong, Swami will stop me because he loves me. See, the mother allows the child to take its baby steps and fall also. Doesn't mean the mother doesn't love. The mother loves, and the mother knows that the baby has to fall to learn to how to walk. But at the same time, the baby is headed towards the fire. The mother will come and rescue the baby, will not allow the baby to touch the fire. So that is the kind of faith we have to have in our Divine Mother. And don't think that just because I fell, it was the wrong thing to have walked. No. It's needed. But if I'm walking in the wrong direction, Swami will come and correct my course or stop me. Have that confidence, I think, have that faith. And yeah, these are my 2 cents.
Beautiful, brother, and I commend that video to all the participants here. It's entertaining, informative, and also inspirational. Perhaps the last question, Brother Arvind, if you've got time, after this beautiful satsang, in a few minutes, we will return to doing our dharma as parents, spouses, grandparents, tomorrow morning as office workers, engineers, healthcare workers, teachers, carers, whatever it is. How can we bring the prema of Swami and the prema for Swami that you shared with us today and that we feel in our hearts into our dharma on a moment-to-moment basis every day of our lives?
I think, again, the answer lies in practice. Okay. See, I remember once reading something where a person says, what is the use of having a bath? Because by the end of the day, you're dirty again. But the answer to that is, it's not about bath not being useful. It's about you needing to have 2 baths every day. If you still get dirty, have 3 baths every day. In the same way, we are now, in me, myself included, in a state of so much of love for Swami and so much of inspiration. And we want to really, I think we will be like little Swamis as we walk out. And for some of us, it will last 10 minutes, for some of us, half an hour, for some of us, 2 hours, for some of us, 1 day. So we know how long it lasts. We need to do more of it. That's all. Try to find time, do it. Yes, sometimes it gets very busy, but I think that's what it is. That is where our decision comes in. We choose that, no need. I don't need such a fast career growth because I want to focus some time doing bhajan. It's about just putting priorities. Like, even if you take your own house budget, you have some budget, and in that you allocate it some for food, some for rent, some for travel, some for leisure, and you cut the cloth according to the size. That's it. In the same way, we have some limited amount of time, and depending on our priorities, we just allot it. And if we feel that feeling Swami's love is so important, then just like how I feel putting bread on the table is so important and I go to my workplace every day, in the same way, when I feel this is important, I will do things that are necessary. If needed, I'll get up in the middle of the night and possibly watch a video or listen to a bhajan, whatever it is that brings you to this state. I think we do that more and more. I'm just hoping it becomes part of life. And as I say, this is work in progress. I'm not speaking from a point where I've achieved it. As I said, I look at this, it's so difficult. I barely get any time. Yet I don't want to say no for a satsang. If it's only weekend, yes, weekend, because I know it helps me. Whenever I speak in the satsang, I feel so much love for Swami. Everybody thinks that, oh God, he's crying for Swami always. I cry only in the satsangs. Somehow Swami comes and I feel that love. So I want to do satsang. I want to do satsang for myself. I'm doing it very selfishly. So anything that helps. Yeah, reading Satyam Shivam Sundaram, reading other people's books. I have so many books. Try to read. YouTube, so many samarpans are there. Go watch. Pick discourses. And sometimes I even told Swami, Swami, when I listen to your discourse, I feel sleepy. I'm not getting inspired. Please, Swami, please, it should not happen. Let me feel your love. Let me not be so stone-hearted that I can't feel your love through you. I mean, when I listen to a discourse, it's 1 hour of Swami speaking to me. How can I get bored? How can I go to sleep? But that's what is happening practically. So I tell Swami only, Swami, please, I know you're pouring in so much love. Let my heart be able to receive, Swami. And then suddenly it receives. You suddenly start getting tears listening to his discourse. He's speaking of Atma there. He's speaking of Brahma Jnana there. And you're getting tears because we are able to perceive that love. I think it's only about efforts. We have to keep putting efforts. And yeah, the wonderful thing is God sees our efforts. So that's a good thing we have on our side.
Brother, a wonderful answer. And it makes me think of the importance of sadhana, that actions done to purify our minds, keep it on track so that our heart opens to Swami. And it's just, it's beautiful, the description. And so many options Swami has given us. Brother Arvind, I think time is not enough. The opportunity has only been given to us once. The words are not enough of listening to experiences about Bhagwan. And words are not enough from us to thank you. But as I said before, that's all we have. And we are deeply, deeply grateful for you to make the time. You're also a family person. You're also a busy person. This is probably your one day off in the week, and you take this time to spend with us to stoke the fires, the embers of passion for Bhagavan, of whatever little love we have for him, with your words, with your experiences, with your thoughts, your reflections, your inspiration, all of those things. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
But there is a way that you can pay back more than words of thank you. Today, every one of you, please say one prayer for me. Pray that I can spend my entire life sharing his love, sharing his teachings. That's my desire. And yeah, if you feel grateful towards me for having shared, then please say this prayer for me before you go to bed tonight, and that will be my payment. Thank you.
It's so beautiful you say this, Arvind, because today's rebroadcast of an afternoon satsang you did with Prem some time ago is about prayers are best when they are for others.
Okay, awesome.
Sorry, that was last Thursday's Thursday Live rebroadcast of an afternoon satsang. So absolutely perfect. And I'm sure you will have a corner in our hearts as we pray to Swami for you, for your family, for all of humanity, for all of our Sai brothers and sisters. Plenty of material for Shravanam. Now it is time for us to do some Mananam and Nididhyasanam. Perhaps the only other way we can thank you and thank Swami is by practicing a little bit of what we have heard this evening and this afternoon in our lives. Thank you all for being there. Before we let you all go, I'd like to remind you that the beautiful momentum that Brother Arvind has ignited this evening and this afternoon in our hearts will be continued in 1 month's time. And that will be the webinar in association or coinciding with Bhagavan's birthday or Advent. It will be on Sunday, the 27th of November at the same time, which is 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time, 8 p.m. in Fiji, and 9 p.m. in New Zealand, across the Pacific. And the theme of that will be Divine Love is the Power and the Way. So a wonderful continuation of tonight's energy that's been generated. Thank you all so much. Thank you all, Brother Arvind, and thank you all, Bhagavan. Om Shri Sai Ram.